Good morning, Mesquite, and welcome to this November edition of MSN Live. I'm Delson Pickens.
And I'm Daniela Almanza. In addition to today's news, senior reporter Larry McGee brings us the story of Officer Cosmo and how he is helping fight crime as part of the newly added Mesquite Police Department K-9 unit.
And later, we will hear from MISD students and their opinions on the recent debate about cultural appropriation in this month's segment of Our Voice.
But first, let's get a look at the top stories happening around Mesquite ISD. Josh Hoppert has been selected to represent Texas as part of the All-State cast at the Texas State Thespian Festival to be held at the Gaylord Texan in Grapevine. Josh is one of 27 students statewide that has been selected for this honor, and he will be performing in front of 7,800 students and teachers from all over the state of Texas.
Interested in scholarship opportunities or just simply looking to help out other students academically? MEPA will be hosting its main event known as the Bazaar on December 9th at Poteet High School. This is a fundraising event and should be attended by all MISD students, staff, and parents. When the event comes to an end, 2 students from each MISD high school campus will be given a scholarship.
Attention West Mesquite seniors, are you ready to celebrate your last year as a Wrangler? Then save the date for Celebration Station on Tuesday, November 28th with 4 hours of unlimited pizza, laser tag, and more. Tickets will be $19 at the door.
Did you ever attend North Mesquite High School football games and see the Big Blue Band perform? Did you watch the colorful flags twirling in the air and wonder, why can't I be a part of that? If you are a North student, then consider auditioning for the Big Blue Band Winter Guard. Workshops will run Tuesday, November 28th and Wednesday, November 29th in the Band Hall from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., with auditions being held after school on Thursday, November 30th. Information packets can be picked up in the Band Hall.
Horn High School teacher Greg Hill, who was recently one of 50 teachers across the U.S. to be named a 2017 American Geographical Society Teacher Fellow, will travel to New York City to take part in the AGS Symposium at Columbia University. The AGS Fall Symposium is one of the most important and recognized geospatial events in North America.
Cultural appropriation has been the topic of debate recently, as many conflicted on which fashion trends are considered appropriate and which ones are offensive. So we wanted to hear what students thought about this issue in this month's segment of Our Voice.
Cultural appropriation to me is like trying to make light of another culture's specific cultural traits.
When a culture, like a race or a culture, tries to be like another culture.
Cultural appropriation is trying to make a mockery out of someone else's culture.
It's wrong because it's like a bunch of uneducated people trying to make fun of another culture.
I feel like it's not as big as a deal as we make it. I feel like some people really aren't trying to be in this quote-unquote racist, but they're just doing something that they like.
My opinion is that it gets kind of overblown sometimes. It's not always as serious as we make it.
It's a problem when someone's trying to make a mockery out of someone else's culture, not when they're just trying to appreciate it and celebrate it, but when someone is trying to defile another culture.
Definitely teaching people what cultural appropriation is and what cultural assimilation is and how to teach respect to different cultures while not using that aspect of the culture.
In city news, Mesquite will be hosting holidays at the marketplace where you'll find artisans and craftsmen, food, and seasonal gift items. The next holidays at the marketplace will be located in downtown Mesquite between Main and Davis and held on Saturday, November 25th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The annual Christmas on the Square celebration will be held on Tuesday, November 28th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in historic downtown Mesquite. The event will feature free children's craft activities, cookies, and hot cocoa. Patrons are encouraged to bring their cameras for pictures with Santa. New this year will be Victorian carolers and a dance performance by stage door dancers. Food will be available for purchase from Shorty's Barbecue and Selena's Sweets.
Does your teenager enjoy making crafts? The Mesquite Main Library is hosting Cookies and Crafts for Teens, a monthly craft program for preteens and teens ages 11 to 18. The event will be held on Tuesday, November 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. Participants will enjoy a snack and make a cool craft to take home.
The Teen Lego Club works together to create exciting Lego creations on a new theme each month. And its next event will be held on Saturday, November 18th from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Mesquite Main Library. This Teen Lego Club is for ages 11 to 18 years.
The Mesquite Police Department K-9 unit was launched back in May with the additions of K-9 officers Axel and Cosmo. These highly trained dogs do more than just tracking. They also help save the lives of officers, bystanders, and even offenders. Here's Larry McGee with the story.
Everyone knows that the job of a police officer is to serve and protect, but many forget that they sometimes get help from furry, four-legged crime fighters.
Cosmo is a cross between a Dutch Shepherd and a German Shepherd. He is about 20 months old. Cosmo's like any other dog. He mainly lives in his 10x10 kennel. He plays with the two other dogs in the backyard when he's out, but for the most part, he's kept in his kennel just for security reasons.
While Cosmo has a playful side, he is also one of the hardest working dogs at the Mesquite Police Department. He is trained to help the police with tasks they can't complete on their own.
Cosmo is a dual-purpose dog, and dual-purpose means he's trained not only in narcotic detection, but also in patrol work. The dogs are locating tools, period. That is their number one responsibility. They go out and they locate narcotics. They go out and locate people. That is their main purpose.
Without Cosmo's training, Officer Crawford would not be able to crack down on major crimes in the community.
We recently had a stop with a federal agency for narcotics, and this person had a trap in the car where they hide contraband, drugs, money, whatever. And Cosmo alerted to the area, and without him alerting to that certain area, I may not have found the narcotics because it was pretty well concealed.
These two may be partners in crime, but for Officer Crawford, his relationship with Cosmo runs much deeper.
It's a dream come true. When I was growing up, I wanted to do one of three things. One was go to the military, two was be a police officer, and three is being a vet. So when I get to have my passion being a police officer and working with a dog, which I love, it's just a dream come true.
For MSN Live, I'm Larry McGee reporting.
We will be right back after a quick break to tell you about where you can catch tonight's football playoff games for Horn and Poteet.
Today we will be conducting an experiment on Gym 1 and Gym 2 to see how breakfast affects mood and performance, starting with Gym 1 eating candy. Gym 1 will be taking a test. Oh Jim, what a waste. Aw Jim, nothing a little duct tape won't fix. Now let's see how Gym 2 does with an apple. Wow, that's splendid. Amazing. Thanks for showing us that good food equals better mood.
Mesquite ISD has two football teams headed into postseason action tonight. The Poteet Pirates will play Marshall at Royce City ISD Stadium in Royce City, and the Horn Jaguars will face off with Conroe Oak Ridge at Memorial Stadium here in Mesquite. Kickoff for both games is at 7:30 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are $6 for adults and $4 for students. All tickets are $8 at the gate.
As the Horn Jags prepare for a run at state, they will be led by dual threat Maurice Wren. Senior sports reporter Evelyn Vasquez recently sat down with Wren and his father to talk about overcoming injury and the difficult decisions he's had to make while being recruited by some of the top football programs in the country.
Honestly, I was excited every day getting these. I don't know why, they're just letters, but I felt that, college is just looking at me, thinking about putting money on the table for me putting in my work in and out each day of practice and on the field, it just makes me excited.
Maurice Wren has received countless recruitment letters and over 20 offers from nationally ranked Division I colleges. As captain of the John Horn High School varsity football team, proving his talent was recognized by more than just those around him.
I actually noticed it when he was in the 7th grade because I could tell that his football knowledge and his skills were more advanced than his brothers. He just seemed to be above and beyond his his players that he was playing with.
Just before starting his senior year, Wren made his decision and committed to the University of Arkansas. But just 1 month later, via Twitter, he decommitted after not receiving an offer to play his dream position.
I wanted first, like I thought I had the chance to play receiver over there, but I guess not. So, you know, me being able to contribute on both sides of the ball, I always thought I had a love to play receiver, and you know, I just wanted to follow that and just play receiver. That's why I decommitted.
Shortly after decommitting, Wren was hit with an injury that put his recruitment at risk, minimizing his offense playing time and exposure to scouts. But that is not affecting his attitude or work ethic.
Every player handles injuries different and they react differently, but he's been a real positive about this, and he's wanted to play. He didn't want to not play anymore, and he wanted to work through that, and he's done that, and I think that really showed a lot last Friday night.
When I got injured, I was like, man, I didn't know what to expect, but you know, being a leader on my team, I know that I couldn't leave, and being a senior, you know, I'm just not going to give up because of one little injury. So, you know, I just kept playing without the injury. I was like, oh, well, it happens to everybody. So I just kept playing through it.
Despite his setbacks, Maurice stands firm in his faith that something bigger is headed his way.
Oh, man, honestly, it's a blessing from God because, you know, I've been working. I feel like I've been working through all the injuries and through all that. I just feel like he's done blessed me a pretty long ways to get where I'm at today, so it's a blessing.
For MSN Sports, I'm Evelyn Vasquez reporting.
We spoke to Maurice this morning ahead of the big game tonight to ask if he's any closer to making a commitment decision. And he said his top 3 choices right now are Utah, Arizona, and Washington. He plans to announce his final decision in January.
Well, that's all for this edition of MSN Live.
We will be back in December to bring you more news and highlights around Mesquite.
Have a great break.